Hello, I am Gulfam. In this video, I am going to share information about M.Phil English admission interview. In the mind of students, so there remain curiosity about the interview panel, the question asked, the performance, and of course for the final selection in the admission process. So in this video I am going to share some important points for M.Phil English Linguistics and Literature admission interview. Let's begin the video. First of all, let me talk about the importance of interview. Hundreds of applicants apply, and after testing many students are excluded and some are shortlisted for interview. If you are shortlisted for interview, that is not the guarantee of final selection in the M.Phil program, either in linguistics or literature. So interview is an important phase. You have to perform better there too, and that interview is graded and marks are added into the merit on which decision is made for the final selection. So interview is very much important. If we talk about statistics, so hundreds of students apply but very few are selected. In different universities, so they select 10 to 20 students per M.Phil program depending on the facilities and the capacity of universities or institutions. So it is confirmed that there are limited seats for M.Phil programs. Another important thing is dressing while going to interview. So you should dress in a formal way. Formal dressing is very much important, and that will have positive impact on the panel or interview panel. So dress in a formal way and behave professionally and in a formal way. One of the most frequently asked question usually that is tell us something about yourself or introduce yourself. To respond this question, you need to tell your name, where are you from, where did you get your early education, like where did you do your BS or MA English. So talk about that. So while finishing your response, you may talk about your hobbies or your interest. So it is important if you mention your area of interest or anything like this. This may lead panel to ask you particular question in that area. In M.Phil, there are two programs, M.Phil Literature and M.Phil Linguistics, and some universities also offer blend, both mixed linguistics and literature. So for example, if you are appearing for linguistics, so you can be asked in key concepts in linguistics, different theories. So you should know and you should be well prepared for that. For example, if you have interest in a particular area in linguistics, for example phonetics and phonology, you can be asked questions in that area, different concepts. For example, if you are interested in syntax, in pragmatics, semantics, or any area of linguistics, you can be asked particular question in that area. So it is important to prepare well for these areas. Also prepare well yourself to know the name of famous linguists, their contribution, and what are the leading linguists in your country. So you should know about them and about their contribution and in the area. On the other hand, if you are applying for M.Phil Literature, so you should know different authors, poets, novelists, dramatists, and also you should have knowledge about the history, the key literary movements and authors, their works, etc. You have some author your favorite, so you can be asked about that and their contribution and their work. So be prepared for that accordingly. So of course, if you are interested in literature, you must have read dramas, novels, poetry, etc. So you can talk about them, and they may ask you particular question from that. If you are applying for M.Phil Linguistics or literature, so you can be asked asked different concepts in linguistics and literature. So prepare well for them. Apart from that, so it is a research degree. Of course, you can be asked about research, that what is research, what is the importance of research, and research procedure. Also, you can be asked about theoretical framework or conceptual framework, or about different ways of data collection tools. So I mean to say that some concepts from research can be asked from you. So you should also know what is research, different type of research, and what is theory, theoretical framework, conceptual framework, and all these things. It is also possible they may ask you about previous experience in research. For example, in B.S. English or in M. English, if you have done any research project or research thesis, so you can be asked about that. For example, what was your research, what was the theory, how did you collect the data, what was the significance. So you must be prepared for that as well. You can be asked particular question about that. And yes, many students joins M.Phil without having no experience or previous research, because not all the institution offers research projects in BS or in M English, but some universities, in some universities it is compulsory for MA and BS English students to have research thesis. If you have no research experience earlier in BS and MA, so no issues. So you should prepare key concepts in research, so you can be asked. The interview panel may also ask you why M.Phil English Linguistics or why M.Phil English Literature. So you must know the reason that why do you want to pursue this particular program and in a particular university. You can also be asked about why this university. So you have so many choices, there are different universities, so why this particular university. So you should also know the reason for that. Most of the time university panel also ask about your future plans, that what you will be doing after completing this program. So you should also know about your goals and future objectives, so you can shed light on that. The conclusion of this video is that university M.Phil admission interview is an important phase, and students remain curious about interview, that what can be asked, what will be the nature of interview. So prepare well accordingly and consider all these points that I shared with you. Take them into consideration and prepare accordingly. So thank you for watching this video. Subscribe this channel to get such useful videos. Thank you so much. Thank you.